myself, Lovita, and um, Linda had the wonderful opportunity. We met Grandma Sparky of Blue Ribbons. We met here on Mastery Circle, and then through Blue Ribbons, then we met Mac. Mac is amazing. I'm so glad that he's speaking. And this is appropriate. It's his birthday week. His birthday was yesterday. And his talk is called Continue to Make a Difference. And he, he does, um, he says, my experience with people who have been making a difference in our world through kindness and compassion, and a call for everyone to continue to make the difference. And he lives in Cameroon, living and working in Nigeria. He has a radio show, which Luvita, Linda, and I have all been on, and he gives so much. He's a Blue Ribbon ambassador. He is the founder of the Mac Davis Charity Foundation, and a charity that assists orphans and also assists youth to learn a skill and become gainfully employed. He has worked as a volunteer in Uganda, East Africa, and where he's convinced young people in the ghettos of Natete to stop prostitution, drugs, and crime generally. And he is an amazing man, and so glad that he is speaking with us today.
All right. Am I on? Okay. I want to thank you all for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share my experiences and my work with you. It's a bit stormy here. I trust you are hearing me fine. Great. Yes. All right, I'm going to speak on continue to make a difference. Continue to make a difference because you have been making a difference. So I am not telling you to make a difference. Just continue as you have been making a difference. And I would like to premise my talk on an experience I had that changed me altogether. It was something that developed deep compassion in me, and I felt I should share with anyone I come across. I was traveling in Nigeria from a city to another. It was a journey of about 2 hours. I was in a big bus, and this bus had 3 categories of passengers. Those who pay to sit on a comfortable seat, those who pay to sit on an uncomfortable wooden attachment, and those who pay to stand. When the vehicle took off, I noticed that there was a woman standing. She was pregnant. And I was thinking, a pregnant woman standing in a crowded bus for 2 hours, that's going to be really very difficult for her. Well, I felt sorry for her and I forgot her. The journey continued. After about 40 minutes, it was very clear when I looked at the woman that she was going through a lot of pain. She was sweating, she was changing positions, she was generally uncomfortable. Well, I felt sorry for her and I forgot her. But after a while, something happened that made me have a different view about life. A young man of about 22 stood up, found his way to where the woman was standing, and said to her, "Go sit down." And the woman said, "Well, I paid to stand, you paid to sit." So the young man said, "I paid to sit, but I'm saying to you, go sit on my seat." And the pregnant woman found his way to the seat and sat down. Wow, that action the young man performed was more eloquent than any sermon any pastor would have preached in that bus. It spoke a lot to me about compassion. I said to myself, I should have done this. I should have shown much more compassion. I should have been the one doing what the young man did. That inspired me to start a project known as the Make a Difference Project, to bring people together, to tell them the importance of showing love, the importance of showing compassion. And so in 2008, the Make a Difference Project was born. I brought together a group of young men, young women. I said, let's come together. Let's go to schools and teach young people that in a little way, they can make a difference. They can show love. They can show compassion. There are people in our society who are suffering. There are orphans who are living with relations who may not be having the same privileges like the children of the house. There are people who have been abandoned because of old age or disability. What if we go to our work jobs, look at clothes that are good, but we have not used for long? What if we put together some small amount of money every month end? What if we can put together some small amount of food, look around us and help those who are in need? We'll be making a difference, and our actions will teach others. So that is how the Make a Difference project was formed. And today, in our own small way, we are helping orphans. We are giving to people who are suffering because of old age or disability.
You muted yourself, Mac.
He's not muted, but his sound is off.
And he froze.
He's frozen. Mac, you've lost your connection, I think. You're frozen on the screen.
I think you're back now. No audio. Yeah, now you're back.
All right, okay. It's stormy out here. It's stormy. It's almost going to be raining. So I pray I get through. But can you get me fine now?
Yes.
You're good.
All right. So I met a woman, an Australian woman. And when it was my birthday, she asked, what would you love me to give you? And I said, if you would buy a computer for me, I would teach orphans how to operate the computer. Well, this might sound strange to you, but computer education here is very expensive, and it's not really a regular part of the secondary school curriculum. So to be able to learn the computer, you need to go to a computer school. Whenever you're not hearing me, Jonathan, please show me a sign. All right, so making a difference. We have gone from school to school. We have gone to churches to speak to people and tell them how life is beautiful when we show love. The motto of the Make a Difference project is one candle will not expel the darkness, but it will make a difference. It was inspired by the motto of an organization in America known as the Christophers. They got a motto from the Chinese, a Chinese proverb which says, it is better to light one candle than to curse the darkness. So I grabbed that and I said, yes, one candle will not expel the darkness, but it will make a difference. And so that is our way. Whatever small love we can show, whatever small compassion we can show, it's small, but it's like one candle and it makes a difference. And that's what we teach. And that's what we tell people. Now, when we do acts of kindness, when we show acts of kindness, when we show love, when we show compassion, we are not just showing love and compassion. We are actually teaching people to do the same. I'll tell you another story. I had to work in a small Nigerian village as a missionary. And I got to know that there was an old blind man suffering. The family had abandoned him. He was all alone, depending on the goodwill of people. Hearing the story, I felt I should visit him. So I paid a visit, and he was living in one room. The place was stinking. His clothes were dirty. The dust was all over the place. So I introduced myself and I told him, well, I heard about you and I am a missionary and I'd like us to be friends. And he was so glad to meet me. So we talked and he told me how he has been abandoned. Sometimes he goes for days without food. I felt so touched. And I said, well, as long as I am in this community, you will have food. I will visit you a couple of days a week, and every time I come, I will bring food to you. And so I did. I'll take his buckets to a nearby stream, I'll fill the buckets up, and I'll bring them back. And the neighbors were wondering, who is this man? We don't know him. We don't know his face. He comes here, he takes care of this blind man. So they were asking questions. And the blind man told them, well, he's from Cameroon. He's not even from this country. He just heard about me and came to show me love and friendship. So he's my friend. And so my action challenged those people. One day when I went to visit the old blind man, everywhere was clean. His buckets were filled up with water. He even had some food on his table. And I said, how come? He said, well, the neighbors were asking about you. And I told them that you are not even from this country. You just came around and you heard about me and you want to help me. And he said, the neighbors said that it's a shame that we are here. You are suffering and we are not taking care of you. And a man from somewhere else, we thought he was your cousin. We thought he was your a nephew. To hear he is a stranger from somewhere else is a big shame to us. We are going to take over. We are going to do what we should have been doing in the past. And so that's how the blind man got help from his neighbors with whom he has stayed for years, and yet they never cared. When we show love, when we show compassion, when we do good things, our actions speak louder than the things we do. There is a famous saying, I don't know where it comes from, that be careful how you live, for you never know. You may be the only temple someone will ever go to, or you may be the only holy scriptures someone will ever read. So by our lives, the things we do, we teach, we preach. And I run a radio show. I give people opportunity to inspire others. And I speak to people, I tell them, let's help orphans. Let's show them love. We have parents, they grew up without parents. Let's show them love. Whatever you have, it could be a shoe, it could be a shirt, whatever you have. If you don't have the time to go to the orphanage, call us. We will come and pick these things and give to the orphans. And so through the years, we have been doing all this, and we are glad we are putting smiles on the faces of people. So my mission and our mission as members of the Make a Difference project is to preach love and compassion, and not just speak, but do it and show people that, well, in little ways, we can make a difference. We don't have to wait until we become rich. We are rich. As long as we have life, we are rich. We can make that difference. All right. I'd like to share a little bit about making a difference in Uganda. So I got to hear about the high rate of crime and prostitution in Uganda. And I have this friend in Australia who told me about Uganda and high rate of prostitution, high rate of drugs, crime generally. And he told me about a minister who was there trying to get the kids out of the ghetto, keep them in a turnaround home, try to rehabilitate them, try to get financial assistance and establish businesses for them so that they can become responsible people. And I said, wow, I've worked for 10 years. I have a free 1 year I decided to take. I would like to go to Uganda and see what contribution I can make. So I went to Uganda to work as a volunteer, and I went to the ghetto of Natete. I saw the highest rate of prostitution. I saw girls as young as 16, 17 who are into prostitution because of poverty. Uganda is a very, very poor country. And my minister friend was not finding it easy getting the girls out of the brothels because they are making money. So he said, I don't know what to do. I send my boys to preach to these girls, to speak to these girls, and they are not coming out. How do we do it? So I told him I have an idea. I'll be going to the brothels with one of your boys and see how I can help bring out some of these girls. So I will go to the brothels. I'll pick a girl as if I wanted to spend some time with her. And I will take her to somewhere where we will sit to drink. And while drinking, I will ask her, why are you into this kind of life? Some will say because of poverty. Some will say, oh, my parents died when I was young, and all those kind of things. And I told them, it is dangerous. You don't even know me. I can take you somewhere now and kill you and harvest your organs and sell. Anything can happen to you when you go out with strangers. So you are having you are living a very dangerous life. My friend who is a minister has a place. You can stay there for 36 months. You can come up with a business idea. He will try to get people to support you. And you live a regular, normal life instead of living this dirty life of a prostitute in a brothel. Sometimes when I speak to them, telling them of the dangers of going out with somebody they don't even know.
We can't hear you, Mac.
Hello?
I could hear him fine.
I can hear
Yeah,
you.
Oscar,
I can hear him.
me now?
I can hear him.
Maybe it's
Yeah,
us.
keep going, Mac. Keep going.
It's us. It's us.
All right, okay. So, well, I tell them about the dangers of prostitution, and I'm glad to know that many of them changed their minds and they joined the turnaround home. I also brought out some young men from the ghetto who were into drugs and stealing and all. And I told them you can end up in prison. So
so frustrating.
everything okay?
Mary Grace, you need to mute.
You're the only one who can't hear Mary Grace, apparently.
Yeah.
You need to mute too. Go ahead, Mac.
All right. Well, in a nutshell, that was my experience in Uganda. I was able to bring out some youngsters from the ghetto. I was able to raise some funds. I was able to support them with whatever small business they wanted to do before I came back to Nigeria. We are talking about love, we're talking about compassion. We are talking about making a difference. And through the years, I'm happy people have supported this project. Yesterday was my birthday, and lots of people said, oh, we want to support your project. I've got a bag of rice. I've got some clothes. I've got some sneakers. How do we give it to you to help the orphans? And that is just what it means. When we show love, we spread love. We show others what it means to take care of the needy in our society. And that's when I remember Amy Robinson and her poem, The Little Things. The little things we do for one another, the little things we show, the little things we give to the stranger, the person in need, they make a whole lot of difference. The little things we receive, they make a difference. So let's give out love, our time, spending time with a friend who is lonely on phone. It's a wonderful way of showing love and making a difference. And so that is what the Make a Difference is all about. The little things, showing love the little way. Now we have this dream. We have this dream of putting together, it is not tomorrow, but it's in the future. Putting together a home where we can bring young men, young women, they stay, they are trained into something, and they go out into the world and have a business. Because if we don't do this, there are a lot of people who are getting into crime today because of hardship, because of poverty. Just last July, I was attacked by 3 gunmen who took my phones away and took the money in my pocket. That is how dangerous the society is becoming. And we have to play a role to see that we get young men who are not doing anything. Young women, we train them, we rehabilitate them, and we help them to set up businesses. We have people who are prepared to teach them skills so that they can become gainfully employed. In a nutshell, that is what the Make a Difference project is all about. Spreading love in little ways. And I think I have to put a stop here now and give room for interactions, questions, and the like. Thank you very much. I want to thank Linda Nussbaum, Bonnie Janowski, and Lovetta Bartow for their recommendations. I want to thank you for your very kind attention. You are making a difference. Continue to make that difference.
Thank you.
Oh, bravo.
Thank you, Mac.
Woo!
I have a question for Mac.
Sure, Linda.
Mac, I'm so glad to see you. So great. But I do have a question. How do you keep your heart open all the time?
I grew up the hard way, the tough way. I grew up in a difficult society. My family was an average, or is an average family. People showed me love to get to where I am. I've seen a lot in life, but people showed me love to get to where I am. And so I keep my heart open, such that I should also show love. I just say, God, use me. Let this heart be open. You have shown me love. Let me show love to others if I can. I don't know what else to say, but I'm just there. I'm just there. Whenever I can do a thing, I do it. I try to be positive. I just try to keep it positive. And I believe the divine uses me to do his work. Am I getting through?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Loud and clear.
Can you
Mac,
tell
I
us
have a
a-
question for you, please. How's your blue ribbon supply?
I still have a good quantity of blue ribbons. I go out, every time I go out, I give blue ribbons. Tomorrow, I'm going to be going to a school where I will give some shoes and uniforms to some poor students. I'll give them a ribbon. I'll give some teachers a ribbon. So I still have some supply. If I run out, I will ask for more.
I have a question for you, Mac. Thank you. Can you tell us some more about your radio show? Who's the audience? Who are your guests? What do you do?
Yes, I want to talk about two of my radio shows. One is called Weekend Bliss. It's a light-hearted program. I teach etiquette, I play music, I talk about positive things, making a difference, here and there, in between music. I could pick up a song that has a positive message, like USA for Africa and their song, We Are the World. And I talk about the song, tell the people the story, and encourage them to do same in their small way. Then I have a segment called Blue Ribbons Inspiration, where I interview people who are making a difference. I have interviewed some members here, like Johnny, like my soul sister, Linda, So on Blue Ribbons Inspiration, they speak about making a difference. For example, Bonnie will speak about the beauty of music to the soul. Linda spoke about the homeboys and the importance of, transformation, not giving up hope. No matter what you have gone through, there is still a future. You can still make it. So that's my radio show for Saturday, Weekend Bliss. Then on Sunday, I have a show called Crossroads for people who are at the crossroads. People call in, they tell us their problems. I attempt answers when I can, but otherwise, if you're at the crossroads because of a medical situation, there comes a time when I open the phone lines and a doctor can call in and advise you. It could be a marital problem, it could be a legal problem. We simply advise you on the way forward. But if there is need for you to see me in person, I hold office once a week. People come in, they tell me their problems, and I direct them to where they get solutions. So those are two of my radio shows. But I have another show called Make a Difference Show. It's a combination of all of these.
Okay. And is your website in the chat window?
You mean the website of the radio or of my charity?
Any way to get in touch with any of those?
If you send those to me back, I'll send it out to the group by email.
All right. Well, yes, the radio station, I'll send you. You just need to download the app of the radio station and you can listen to us at any time.
Great.
That's the easiest way. Then for my website, it's developing, it's still developing. I just registered my charity this year, so my website is developing, but it is www.madprojectafrica.weebly.com. It's a free website.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Appreciate it.
Mac, Paul has a question.
Okay.
Well, it's not as much a question as an acknowledgement. I just want to acknowledge you for spreading the love and having the courage to do so in the darkness. You make a huge difference. You're a great role model for all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul.
Jonathan, you're muted.
Thomas, I'm sorry. Amy let me know that Thomas had his hand up. Thank you, Amy.
Yes, I also wanted to thank the speaker. He's very inspirational. And I just wondered what I would do if I was sitting on that bus. And I'm wondering how can, and what help does he most need right now?
What help I need most right now? Did I get you right?
Yes.
Well, right now, there are some orphanages in the city where I live. They depend on the charity of people. What I really need urgently is to be able to raise some stuff for them, especially clothes for the children. I received some clothes, but I need some more, especially warm clothing to buy for them, and to buy a fridge for the motherless, for the orphanage. You know, put some stuff for orphanage. That's my worry now, to make them happy. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Molly has her hand up.
Fine, Janowski.
I just wanted to add, I've been on Mac's show, and he is so talented. On the show, his personality, but you can just hear that he's coming from his heart, and he asks great questions to really get you thinking. And from, like, when I was on to share things that would be inspiring, talk about. He's very multi-talented, very, very giving person. I really appreciate him and glad he's shared today.
Yeah, and thank you so much, Bonnie. And if I have to go on, I just want to say, if you would love to be on my show to spread the love, to spread the message, to inspire people, feel free to get in touch with me, and we fix a date, and you come up. It's usually 3:30 p.m. Pacific standard time, or Pacific daytime time, 3:30 p.m. So if it's comfortable for you on a Saturday and you want to be part of the inspiration show, I'll be glad to have you.
Jonathan, can I say something? I've been on this show a few times, and I want to encourage anyone who's in this group, because we're all, good people. And you have stories, and you have kindness, and you have your way of being in this world. I think it's open to everyone here. So Mac would really appreciate, and it's 3:30 in the afternoon. So that's when I would help him.
If I may come in here now, by the way, my soul brother, Tim Peering, is going to be on the show very soon. That will be October 8th. Yes, very soon. Yes. So Tim Peering will be on the show. And I had some time with Tim on Zoom, and he's such an amazing man. He took the motto of the Make a Difference project, which is one candle will not expel the darkness, but it will make a difference. And he reminded me of a saying of Buddha, that you can light thousands of candles from one candle, and yet you will not shorten the life of a candle. So we don't lose anything when we share love, when we share, positivity. And then Tim Caring also reminded me that yes, one candle will not expel the darkness, but it will make a difference. You can light thousands of candles from one candle, and you will not shorten the life of the candle, but we can light millions and millions and millions of candles. And we can push away the darkness with millions of candles. So if we all do some good, if we all show some love, if we all show some compassion, the world will be a place full of love, brightness, and light.
Yes, Bill.
Yeah.
Bill,
Thanks. Yeah. Thank you, Mac. Thank you. This is, I'm not sure. I think I heard you say in a couple of sentences, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seemed to me that you were describing a recent situation where you got robbed by some guys. They took your cell phone and your money and whatnot. And yet it was just sort of like oh, by the way, this happened to me. It wasn't like you dwelt on it. It was like you're dwelling on the positive. And this is just a little bump on the road. And I thought that was amazing. If I gathered that correctly, that's amazing. Just not to be consumed and, oh, I'm a victim of something that happened and blah, 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 blah. It's just moving on, moving forward in a real positive vein. What can I give to others? How can I inspire people? So I have to thank you very much for that example.
Thank you. Thank you. And it will please you to know that the community where that happened is a community I have shown so much love to people. It's a rural area, and I have shown so much love to the abandoned people, to the disabled people. And I just moved into the community this year thinking, wow, this community will treat me well because I have stayed here before. I had shown so much love, but I was attacked by young men who are jobless, and it only inspired me much more to want to see how I can help the young people, get them away from the streets. So I just thank the good heavens that I was not shot. So I'm alive, I'm strong, I'm going to move on.
Great. Good for you.
Thank you. We still got plenty of time to talk. I'm not a very lengthy speaker, so everyone I speak in churches, it amazes me when I see people speak for 1 hour, 30 minutes. I always tell them, I just speak for 20 minutes, I speak for 30 minutes, so we are free to interact till the time is over. But otherwise, I think I delivered what I had to deliver.
Lavita wants to talk.
Thank you, Mac. Thank you so much. My heart is so moved. I just want to share just a little bit. Thomas Hedberg was acknowledged and celebrated in 2007 in Johannesburg, South Africa. I had the privilege of going over there at the same time. He invited a few of us to go with him. And just for those who have not experienced Africa on any level, number one, it is an astounding experience. It's just indescribable. And Mac's enthusiasm and courage to get out there and make a difference is astounding. It is extremely dangerous. And it was at the time I went, thanks to Thomas Hedberg and his YES program with the Catholic Church, where they were acknowledging 25 years of his contribution to an extraordinary program he gave to them. And YES means Youth Experiencing Spirit. And Mac's courage to go out into the places he's describing is no small effort and no small endeavor. It's as though he's facing Mount Everest or the Kilimanjaro or Niagara Falls all at the same time. And I really want to acknowledge your dedication, Mac, and your courage and your intention to make a difference. And it was an experience that totally transformed and changed my life. I had no comparison or no idea how the government can at random shut the entire country down in a nanosecond, and that the struggle is so extreme. So Mac's dedication to make a difference, and I love the way he's referencing back to one light, one candle. You don't have to go out and transform in a big way. Every effort, every intention, every moment makes such a difference of kindness. And you can see it, experience it almost immediately. Mac, thank you so much for coming forward and sharing with us.
Thank you, Lovita. Thank you. I was in Uganda, like I said earlier, and it happened that it was about the time of the COVID. That was, yes, the COVID was heavy at that time. When I went in, things were a bit okay, but then more cases came up and the country was completely shut down. And I was saying to myself, how can a government be so heartless? You shut down a whole country. People have nowhere to buy the things they need. There is no movement of vehicles. When people get sick, how do they get to hospitals? Those of you who have not been to Africa before, it is nothing compared to your country where everything is organized. Africa is so very different. There are days we go without light. You can see me doing this all the time when I speak. There is no electricity right now. So it's really not easy living in Africa. But then that's where we are, and we have to live on. So I saw a lot of suffering in Uganda, and I hope that in the near future, I will be able to go back there to inspire the young people, because there are about 8 or 9 young men now who are busy doing something, because I told them, don't just sit there and wait for big money to start some big business. Start small and you will grow. Many successful people started small and they became big. And they took my words, especially because I told them, I've been through a situation where I had no money, but I didn't give up. As a matter of fact, I even contemplated suicide. I contemplated killing myself. But then some kind of hope came and I picked up, and look at me today. I am employed. I can travel and visit you from a faraway country. You can also rise up, but start small. So the important thing is inspiring others. And I'll always be glad to do that.
Thank you, Mac. Whitney had her hand up. You're muted, Whitney.
Thank you very much. Is it Mac Davis? Is that your name? I came on late because I overslept. But you know what I know about, mostly what we hear about, I think in America more typically, is some guy, amazing story, but he goes over to Africa and he makes thousands of wells. He digs wells for water for the countryside. They have no water. And those women with the things on their head, they walk for 4 hours to go get their little dirty water, and then the kids get all sick, and it's horrible, right? And so then he creates all this water. Or Oprah Winfrey, she goes to Africa and she opens some whoop-de-doo school to educate young women, girls to be leaders and to stay in Africa and lead. And these are big, huge things. And there are other ones too, right? There's quite a lot of, as you call it, the big money, I guess. But and then there's this I just remembered. I'm so proud of this. I bought it's conditioner, shampoo and conditioner, and it's from a cooperative of women. When you choose our handcrafted skin and hair care, you join in empowering women and families in Toga, West Africa. Together, we're cultivating beauty, equality, and empowerment through the following projects. And then they give all this stuff: maternal care, school supplies, bicycle and education, school construction, eyeglasses, and reforestation. And the percentages of the sale of these things that somehow have gotten imported to America, it's African women have a business that they're helping their communities, you know, by making, and it's from African ingredients. And I use it. It's supposed to be for every day. I don't do it every day. Everyday shea, whatever that is, refined shea butter. That's shea butter shampoo. And then there's conditioner. But so, I mean, this is so different. What you're offering, Mac, is, you know, like the everyday actions and the small kind of interpersonal encouragement. And we in America could use some of that probably, because we are different here. It is very different here. And I've never been to Africa. Well, I guess off a cruise, I went to Tunis, something in Tunisia. I think it was way up north on the Mediterranean, you know, and people just sell their stuff, and it's like, oh, they come on so strong. It's scary for Americans, that kind of aggressive salesmanship. But that's what different cultures get to contribute to each other, or are there differences? And so I'm just kind of talking, but I just wanted to acknowledge you, Mac, and I don't know what your radio show's about, but my brother and me, we would be interested in coming, right, Tommy? I would volunteer you.
All right.
And we come on your radio show and go, yay, team.
Thank you so much. Well, I've seen a couple of messages of people saying they want to be on my radio show. I'm just trying to type my email address and my phone number so that, you know, because I cannot reply to the messages right now. Yes, I just want to say something about what my sister Whitney just said. Africa is all different. America is, everything is organized. You have bottled water, you turn the tap and water comes out, and so on. Even in this house where I am living now, we use water from a well, a kind of a well. We have to harvest water when the rain is falling. Other people have to dig a well. But where we are now, we harvest water during the rainy season. We have a big underground tank. And then in the dry season, we use. And when it's finished, we have to buy. And we are buying water collected from the river. Anyway, I would love in the future to be able to get organizations to help out. Maybe, you know, get water, dig wells in some communities where I have lived and they have no water. But I'm going slowly. First, to be able to do that, I have to get my charity registered. I just did that this year, you know, because all along we're just working, we just saw ourselves as a small group of people, we just do our thing. But we realized that we can do more. We can actually help communities. We can get help and help communities. And to do this, we need to have our charity registered. So I went through a long process and I got it registered. I was not given the name Make a Difference Project because there are many other organizations in Nigeria called Make a Difference Foundation, Make a Difference Brothers and Sisters, Make a Difference Association. So they said, choose another name. I gave them a series of names and they decided to make up the name McDavis Charity Foundation. So, well, McDavis Charity Foundation. But then we still call the work we do as Make a Difference Project. So thank you so much, Whitney, for bringing that up. Yes.
We're almost at the end of, is there anyone else that'd like to share and ask? Is there anything you'd like to share, Mac, in terms of closing?
Samuel has his hand up.
Samuel would like to.
Samuel, I never see you, Samuel. Please.
Wonder why. I wanted to know where you can get your radio show, when it's on. Is it a large audience, small audience, dedicated audience?
We're going to send that out by email, but
I'll send that out by email. I'll send the name of the app you can just download and listen to at any time. We have a very large audience. Indeed, my radio station is the most popular station in this part of Nigeria. and my show is being followed by millions of people. So it's a big station, it's a big program, it's a popular show.
Mainly in Nigeria?
Yes, but I get people call in from England, from the UK, you know, so, but they listen via our app. Yes, and there is a doctor in England who is part of my show on Sundays. He speaks on mental health, and you know, he advises people based on what they said in the course of the program. So he also encourages people in London and in Leeds in the UK to follow the show. So it's followed from people from different places. But in Nigeria, we have a very big audience. Yes.
Also, Guadalupe has her electronic hand up.
The machine is on.
Okay,
Guadalupe, go ahead.
you're muted. You're
It is. Okay. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for allowing me to be here. I'm so grateful to Mary Grace and Sam to introducing me to this circle. And I just feel so blessed to be here. And I want to say thank you. It's really been very, very inspirational to me. So have a great day.
Amy has her hand up.
Mac, I just wanted to say thank you so much for your contagious enthusiasm that seems like you're always at a 12 and your energy level is just beyond measure. And how are you even working on a computer without electricity, but you've got the Wi-Fi and you've got everything, and we have nothing to complain about. So I want to light my candle from your candle and spread it and keep it going. And I just love you so much for everything you're doing. You are the kind of river that we need in this world. So thank you for not giving up on yourself and in the darkest times. So honored.
Thank you so much, Amy. Thank you.
How long have you been doing this work?
Which of the works, the radio show or
the radio show and your charity work?
My charity has been since 2008. I founded the Make a Difference project, but I began working on the radio in 2011.
Okay.
So by 6 years, I've been on for 11 years now.
Thank you.